All right, hello everybody. Hello. Good to see everyone. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special message for all of you who are here live on stream already and those watching on YouTube. And that message is peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. All right, no, it's not. It is. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Happy New Year. It is 2018 worldwide. Everywhere in the world, it has become 2018. Pretty awesome, right? Finally. We can put 2017 behind us. For many of us, you know, a year of trials and tribulations. For me, in particular, it was a pretty rough year, not going to lie. But, you know, it was a year that we learn, we improve, we move forward. And I don't even want to talk about it, honestly. I want to look forward positively to 2018, ladies and gents. I do. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. How is everybody? To the very first day of 2018, I welcome you. And I welcome you to my very first gameplay stream of 2018 as well. That's right, today is the very first gameplay stream ever of the new year. And boy, do I feel good and positive about it, folks, because let me tell you, 2017 was a year where things changed so much for me, and now, with this new streaming focus, to be coming into this new year head first, excited with new events and stuff for you guys right off the bat, even though there's no new game releases for a couple weeks here, we are going to be super busy. We are going to be super pumped, super hyped, right? For all the stuff going on, which of course I'm going to outline in just a moment, what you can expect. But before we even get to that, the one thing I feel I should say right up front, before we even go forward, is thank you guys very much overall for your overwhelmingly amazing support in 2017. Whether it was that you just checked out my videos on YouTube, whether it was that you watched my live streams, whether it was that you cheered, subbed, tipped, pledged to my Patreon, bought something off of Teespring, spread the word about me across the internet, and or in general were just nice to me. You know, whether you tweeted me, you sent me an email, you liked or faved something of mine. You guys were really awesome to me in 2017. It was a year that was very tumultuous for me, and it could have meant the end of everything. And I'm still here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. This is my 10th year ever making content on the internet, gaming publicly with you guys and gals. 10-year anniversary. The big hype, right? I'm excited. I don't know about you guys. To enter into a 10th year of anything is a giant achievement. Okay? And for me, to be entering into a 10th year of content creation and gaming with you guys is pretty awesome. I know a lot of people are like, are you serious? Yeah, it was 2008. Actually, the truth of the matter is, the first video I ever put on YouTube was in 2007. It was when I went to the Midwest Championships tournament in Chicago. A fighting game / Street Fighter tournament. But I didn't start actually posting up video game content like playthroughs with commentary until fall of 2008. Okay, so this is the beginning of my 10th year, and in reality, the beginning of my, 1 decade will be this fall. So once I make it to this fall, it will be 10 years of content creation for you guys. Pretty awesome, right? So, there will be many things in store this year, over the course of this year, that I think you guys are going to enjoy, all right? I won't get into that right now, simply because it's going to depend on a lot of different factors of when those things will start or whatever. But I'm very excited. Thank you guys for your ongoing support. You know, it really, honestly, right now, I feel so hyped and so positive for the future. And it's cool because I'm looking at stream chat and I'm seeing a mix of people who are regulars to my streams, who I see all the time. I'm seeing a mix of newcomers who I don't really recognize. I'm seeing a mix of all kinds of people, and everyone's excited. Everyone's having fun and like, yes, let's do this. This is going to be great. And that's what I feel, you know. That's kind of how I feel now. I feel like rather than being all constantly worried or mad or upset about things going on, I'm focusing on the positive, the fact that you guys are here every day to have fun with me, right? So this is going to be sweet. Thank you very much, folks. Let's get 2018 started right. Sound good? All right, let's do it. Here, let's start it with a rousing sound effect that's epic. I think this is it. Ready? That wasn't it. Son of a bitch. Was it this one? There we go. You know, I've only had this sound box for 2.5 years. You think I would have taken the time to figure out which button is what, but I guess I'm not that smart. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my very first stream of 2018, and boy, what an event this is going to be. Ladies and gents, it is time for me to go back to the thing that started, and literally, this is not an exaggeration. This is what started all the negativity against me on the internet. It really is. Even though there always were people who were mad that I was successful and were negative towards me, it was really my Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 playthroughs from 2011 when the Metal Gear Solid HD collection was released on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It were these playthroughs that got people so upset that someone like Phil, who's not good at video games, who doesn't pay attention to tutorials, who doesn't take gaming seriously, could play through these fan-loved games, right? Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. These games that have such a rabid, hardcore fan base, the Kojima elitists, right? How dare someone put a Let's Play or a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 on the internet that's so poor quality? How dare they not actually try to understand the story or the gameplay mechanics? How dare they fuck around with the game and make jokes about the lead game designer, Hideo Kojima? How dare he? Right? And really, it was, in 2011, this is what started the negativity movement against me. If you guys aren't aware, it was these playthroughs that were turned into the, whatever you want to call it, the Retsubarai, or whatever the hell it was, that basically made fun of my gameplay constantly of these two games, which then subsequently turned into the this is how you don't play movement, where people would take only the negative moments, the fuck-ups, the silliness of playthroughs where I'm not being serious, and putting it into a negative montage about me on the internet, and that then ballooned into a bunch of toxicity and negativity around me and my personal life outside of my gameplay videos, and then it just ballooned into the complete and utter, you know, petrified dog do that you see all over YouTube about me in these days, these modern era, okay? The bottom line, though, is here we are in 2018. I could say that for the first time ever. Here we are in 2018. And guess what? I'm still here. And guess what? I'm doing pretty good on Twitch in particular. I've seen exponential growth these past few months. We're at the record high number of subs I've ever had on Twitch, 387. I don't know if we'll top that today, but right now we are at the most subs I've ever had on Twitch. The most followers. People are coming out to my streams daily to watch me play stuff. It's a big positive vibe. So despite all the shit that people have thrown at me over the years and tried as much as they possibly could to take me off the internet and get me to stop doing gameplay, I'm still here. I'm still going strong. And ladies and gentlemen, if I have anything whatsoever within my power to do with it, I'm not going anywhere. All right? So there you have it. All right. So, over 6 years later, because if you remember this collection, I actually believe this collection had come out around I want to say it was around mid 2011. I could be wrong there. But if you remember, 2011 was a much different gaming atmosphere. 2011 was the year when I was white hot on YouTube. That was my most popular year by far. I was coming off of doing YouTube gameplay as a hobby from 2008 to 2010. I had lost my job, which was an office job that was pretty decently paying in Connecticut. In 2010, I had been laid off and blindsided, and I was viewed as the underdog of YouTube, the guy who had done gameplay videos for 3 years just for fun, never made a dime doing it, and now I had lost my job, and I didn't know what was going to happen. Am I going to lose my house? How am I going to pay my bills, right? And so when I started doing gameplay on YouTube and monetizing it through a partnership at the time with Machinima, it was a very different atmosphere. People basically stuck up for me and said, wow, Phil really is the ultimate underdog. Let's watch Phil's stuff. Let's, you know, spread the word about his content on YouTube. And it blew up. And when I played all these games in 2011, you know, when I played a big AAA release, typically I took it a little bit more seriously. But when I played games like this, where it was supposed to be a more throwback classic game, and keep in mind, I had missed out completely on both the PlayStation 1 mid to late life cycle and entire PlayStation 2 era of games that people held in high regard and kind of regarded them as classic games. So I had never played the Metal Gear Solid franchise before. I didn't really know much about it. I didn't understand why people loved it so much. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? And so when I did play this game, I didn't really understand what I was getting into. I had no idea the amount of people who held the game in high regard. I had no idea the backlash I'd be facing for not playing this game at a serious manner or at a high level. You know what I mean? I had no idea what I was getting into, honestly. Now things are way different. You know, over 6 years later, obviously, folks, I take things a little bit more seriously. I do. You know, direct capture, live streaming. When I play games, I do try to actually actively learn the game. I don't just fuck around with the game and flub my way through them. I actually try to at the very least, get a general understanding of how the games work and go from there. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see how this goes. And, you know, this is going to be an interesting experiment to come back 6 years later and see. At the very least, I guarantee you that these streams coming up are going to be hype. You're going to see more people on stream than usual because you're going to have a combination of people who are here, you know, to be positive and have fun. And you're going to have a combination of people that are here to just shit all over me. Already, it was funny because I posted up on Twitter this morning, excuse me. And, I posted up a hype picture of, you know, Snake in a meme, basically. And I said, who's ready for me to play Metal Gear Solid 2 again after 6 years? You know, and immediately people, oh, well, I just can't wait for that. This is how you don't play. You know, those intelligent posts that you get on social media all the time. And undoubtedly there will be. Because you know what? I haven't played. The thing is, unlike people who are such hardcore fans of certain game series, I don't really go back and replay games or anything like that. So, I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3 since I did my original playthroughs 6.5 years ago. I'm not going to remember a lot about these games. I'm not. Alright? It's going to be like I'm basically playing them again for the first time. Although, again, I will be actively now this time around trying to do well, trying to do my best in these franchises. I guarantee you there's still going to be fails. There's still going to be fails. There's still going to be issues. You know, I'm not going to do great in this game. I know I'm not. I'm certainly no Metal Gear Solid expert. Even though now I have way more of a background playing these games than before. Because keep in mind, when I played these before, the only Metal Gear Solid game I'd ever played before this was Metal Gear Solid 4. Now, at least, I've played both 2 and 3. I played 1. I did a playthrough of 1 as well. I played, what was it, Peace Walker? As a co-op gameplay playthrough. And I also played 4 and 5. So I've played a lot of Metal Gear Solid games over the years. Keep in mind, it's also been a long-ass time since I actually played the Metal Gear Solid games. So, even being that I've played a lot of them, I mean, the last one was, what, Metal Gear Solid 5? And that was, what, late 2015? So it's been over 2 years since I've touched a Metal Gear Solid style game anyway. So already I'm going to be rusty. I know I am. I'm just forewarning you guys, as I did in the last playthrough. I'll forewarn you again. I have not gotten good at these games. I'm going to fail a lot. But at least I'm not going to be constantly blaming the game developers, and I'm not going to be a dick and, you know, purposely try to insult people and stuff, which is what I did in the first playthroughs, I think, which is what got people butthurt to begin with. Okay. Alright, so, today we begin with Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty HD. This will be roughly a 4-hour gameplay stream, give or take. Alright. Immediately following the stream, if you miss any portion of it and you want to get caught up, or if you want to rewatch it, I'm recording this playthrough and will be uploaded to my YouTube gaming channel, DSPGaming, immediately following the end of the stream. So, you can watch it at your leisure there. Although, and this is the truth, I've actually heard, alright, that this game, and in particular, the classic Metal Gear games, people have been putting these on YouTube as playthroughs, and they get claimed by Konami. So, chances are this may be a playthrough that very similarly to my Super Mario playthroughs, my Zelda playthroughs, anything from Nintendo, I may make next to nothing on this on YouTube. But you know what? That's okay. And the reason being is because this playthrough, you know, you guys went out of your way to support me with fundraising the last couple of weeks, and really helped me out in that regard with my pending tax situation. So therefore, the way I see it, even if I don't make like any money necessarily on this playthrough on YouTube, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think I'm going to be okay. I hope. Knock on wood. I hope I'll be okay. Plus, the month of December was really good for me, if you guys aren't aware. Both on YouTube and on Twitch. It was actually my best month ever. Ever on Twitch. Okay? Ever. It was crazy. The amount of support I got. Views, cheers, subs, tips, everything on Twitch was amazing in the month of December. So I'm hoping that even if I get like a slower month in January, because I'm not really doing well with this playthrough because of that maybe it'll make up for it. Plus, let's face it, I think people are going to be very excited on Twitch to watch me play these games this month, so it might make up for it as well. I guess we'll see. The one thing I'm hoping doesn't happen is that the entire playthrough on YouTube gets taken down. That's the one thing I'm nervous about. I put it up and then, oh, copyright claim from Konami, video was taken down. It's like, oh, well, fuck you. You know? I hope not. Because I want to do these redemption runs, and for them to do that shit, that's just dickish shit. Alright? So I hope not. Alright? I hope not. So, Metal Gear Solid 2 starts right now. About 4 hours of gameplay. Later tonight. Alright? Later tonight. My second stream, starting around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. First, I'm going to debut the final part of my most disappointing games of 2017 countdown. The video is about 16 minutes long, I believe. It's the end of the countdown. Then, immediately after airing that on stream, I will be doing another 2 to 3 hours of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Yes, more PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I know. Some people are like, ugh. But other people are like, I really love this. People really seem to be enjoying my PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds streams, because they are more interactive streams where I'm able to, since there's no story, right? I'm able to focus on kind of interacting with you guys for, a major chunk of every game, and then you get these big suspenseful showdowns. My God, guys, last time I played, no lie, I was so close to getting chicken dinner. It was nuts. So, I'm looking forward to more tonight, all right? Looking forward to more. I hope you'll join in. Tomorrow will be all day long Metal Gear Solid 2. All day long. Double stream of it. So first stream and second stream will be Metal Gear Solid 2. Okay? Wednesday, more Metal Gear Solid 2. Okay? And then Thursday, more Metal Gear Solid 2 again paired with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Maybe the beginning of my Game of the Year awards. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And basically that's what you can expect all week, except for Saturday. On Saturday, I'm going to be doing kind of multiplayer interaction all day. I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing games like Call of Duty World War II or Star Wars Battlefront 2 or Fortnite or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I haven't decided yet. I'm undecided. I might mix it up. Maybe what I'll do, maybe I'll do Fortnite on first stream and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on second stream. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to think about what I want to do. Okay? We'll see. I'll think about it and I'll determine it, coming up. But that's the week, basically. And then, once I wrap up Metal Gear Solid 2, because honestly, folks, I don't remember how long Metal Gear Solid 2 is. I didn't even check the playthrough. Alright. I just don't remember. But once I do finish this up, then we're immediately starting the end of Metal Gear Solid 2. I'm starting with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. So, for about 2 weeks here, you know what to expect on my main streams. It's going to be Metal Gear Mania, I'm terming it, okay? Metal Gear Mania for the next couple of weeks until basically, coming up in, let's see, the 13th. It's the 13th of January is the start of the Dragon Ball FighterZ beta, because I pre-ordered the game on PS4, and I will be playing the beta starting that day. So that day you're going to see a shift in content over to Dragon Ball for a few days. And then we're going to play it by ear and see what happens, We'll play it by ear and we'll see, how far am I in the Metal Gear games? Did I finish them or not? And go from there. And then keep in mind, later this month coming up, we've got The Inpatient, which is the PSVR game from the makers of Until Dawn. It actually is the plot of Until Dawn, but it's like a prequel setting inside of a mental institution. You've got Dragon Ball FighterZ's full release coming out later this month. We've got Final Fantasy Dissidia coming out later this month. This is going to be a great month, all right? This is going to be an absolutely great month. I cannot wait. This is going to be in a rare form. Usually, when a new year starts for me, things slow down to a crawl because there's usually no new releases or very limited new releases in a January month. And typically I struggle to try to find something to fill up my streams and my content for that month. I have no problem this month. This month, no matter what, I have tons of shit to do. Okay, pretty awesome. All right. Pretty cool, right? All righty, very nice. All right, a few other things to announce, folks. Also, here we go. This is a big announcement. I talked about it in the weekend preview last night, but I'm announcing it here on a stream for the first time ever in its full capacity. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2018, I am mixing things up in regards to Patreon and in regards to my live streams here on Twitch. And allow me to explain what I mean by that, okay? Previously, from the years of 2015 to 2017, I always did special monthly events and goals based on how many people contributed to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. All right. Starting this year, starting right now, that's changing. Okay. It's changing. This year, I am not going to be holding events based off of people pledging to my Patreon. Okay. It's changing. How is it changing? All right. Well, I'll tell you. From now on, folks, from now on, moving forward, I'm going to do events, celebratory events, based on stream performance. So what does that mean? It means that I'm going to have criteria that I set every month for stream performance. And based on those criteria, we'll determine whether or not I'm going to do celebratory events. The reason I'm doing this, well, really two reasons. Number one, because I've noticed that since in 2017, I've done more of a conversion over to being a full-time streamer, being more interactive with you guys, and having more of a stream focus here on Twitch, I've strongly noticed that pretty much most of the support that I get is on Twitch. Cheers, subs, tips, etc. And that's good because it's, like I said, exponential growth. December of 2017 was the best month I've ever had live streaming ever. It was amazing. And I want to try to keep it at that level if I can, all right? But that being said, what happens is when people shift their focus to the streams, now you lose focus on other things like Patreon. And I get that. I know what's going to happen is if more and more people are coming to streams and cheering, sub, and tipping during streams, they're not going to be going to Patreon and pledging. I understand. However, I also know that I have a core fan base of people who support me, who enjoy getting the perks that they get every single month on Patreon, and they don't want those to go away. For example, right now, if you pledge to my Patreon, the perk levels are either getting text or verbal thank yous in my YouTube videos for your contributions, getting premium forum access so you can vote on upcoming monthly events, okay, and that's not going to change, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, or getting a private Q&A video made. All of those things are perks that you can still get from pledging to my Patreon, and there's people who want to pledge to get those perks and or just to be an ongoing supporter so that they know that they're helping me out behind the scenes, all right? And that's really what Patreon's going to be moving forward. If you want to be a behind-the-scenes supporter and help me out and keep stuff going the way it is, pledge to my Patreon. But when it comes to doing celebratory events and special events, all right, what I want to do is I want to make it that it's Twitch focused. So what does that mean? Well, the first thing I'm going to do this year is I'm going to have a subs goal. And you might say, well, what the hell is that? Well, if you're not aware, you can subscribe to the channel here. And if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, you get some benefits. Number one, you get a cool crown chat badge next to your name. And as you guys can see in the chat right now, there's various people who've been subscribers of mine for different lengths of time who have different crown chat badges next to their names. Okay, they change over time depending on how long of an ongoing subscriber you are to the channel. In addition, when I go on ad breaks, you don't have to see the ads. All right, so that's good. You don't have to ever see advertisements on my channel. And number three, you get access to all of my emotes. All right. If you take a look, there's tons of emotes right now that you have access to that you can use in the stream chat. All right. And then in addition to that, you could also get access to upcoming new emotes. For example, right now in the past, I'm not even lying, in the past week, I've seen crazy growth in my number of subscribers that I have here on Twitch. I've unlocked 2 new emotes. And I obviously have been so busy, I don't have a chance to really emphasize, but I do know that there's a couple people who are looking to maybe design a couple new emotes for my subscribers. And what I would say is if you guys are subs, please talk to each other and determine maybe what kind of emotes you're looking for. All right, I know that Popsicolo is more than likely going to be working on a new design. I don't know if anyone else is, but you can always post up those designs on my forums on thekingofhate.com. There's already a thread for emotes and stuff. Okay, so that being said, yeah, there's going to be some pretty good new emotes coming up shortly for subscribers, all right? So all those things are benefits to you if you become a subscriber of mine on the channel, all right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a new subs goal. FYI, I'm going to check right now, okay? We actually hit a new record. Right now, I'm at 388 subscribers here on my Twitch channel, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this goal for the month of January. Since we are going to be pretty hyped this month between Metal Gear 2 and 3, between, Dragon Ball FighterZ and the like, and everything else I'll be doing this month. If we hit 450 concurrent subscribers, so if at any point during the month of January, I have 450 subscribers at the same time, all right, that's going to be the goal. If we hit that goal, I'm going to be doing a special upcoming event. It's going to be the return of the most successful event I've ever done when it came to this kind of thing, the Indies Marathon. If you're not aware, folks, I haven't done one of these in a long time. It's been actually over 6 months, if I remember correctly. I think it was actually before the summer was the last time I did an Indies Marathon. In that time period, there have been tons of indie games released that I've missed out on. In particular, there's this one that some people were very interested in seeing me play called, Getting Over It. It's this weird game with this one-armed guy stuck in a barrel and he's trying to climb over shit with a pickaxe. Very odd, but it's a game that's funny as hell to watch because it could lead to a lot of rage. And in addition, it leads to a lot of interactivity with Stream Chat because it's a lot of downtime to talk. I definitely think that could be a very fun event, okay? Now, why 450 subs? All right? There's 2 reasons. Number one, because right now I told you I'm already at 388. So obviously what I'm trying to do is promote growth. I want to give people an incentive to become a subscriber to mine. And a good incentive would be, let's do a special, indies stream where I'll do a variety of indie games. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of hilarity. So that'll maybe promote people to sub to the channel who normally wouldn't. Okay? That's number one. Number 2, if you do the math, all right, if you do the actual mathematics here, 450 subs, if I could get that, and you do the math of what I actually make per sub, it means that roughly I'll make $1,125. Guess what? Guess what the Patreon goal always was? $1,125, okay? So you see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to do is I know that naturally what's going to happen is people now are not going to be pledging to Patreon as much. You have some people who fall out of that and say, oh, well, I'd rather become a sub of Phil rather than do this ongoing, pledge or whatever. So what I'm trying to do is get people to move the shift focus over to Twitch. See what I mean? So it will work perfectly. If I could hit that, that would be absolutely perfect. Boom. And then we don't have to worry about, constantly plugging Patreon. And I know for a fact that a lot of people don't like having to go over to Patreon because you have to create a new forum account for that and all. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff that you have to do. Here, you just subscribe to the channel. It's the channel you watch every day, right? So there you have it, folks. That's how I'm going to do it. I certainly hope that we can hit the goal. Already people are subbing. This is crazy. Thank you, everyone. I see people are cheering and subbing, but a lot of people are subbing right now. Thank you guys for the subs. I appreciate it. Very much do. And hopefully we can hit the goal. I'll let you know. What I'm going to do is status updates. I'll let you guys know how we're doing when it comes to the subs goal for this month. Now, here's the thing. I don't want people who are patrons of mine to feel left out. Because they might say, oh, man, Phil's shifting everything over to subs now and Twitch. That's not fair. What about us long-time standing patrons? Well, guess what? If we do hit, all right, if we do hit the subs goal for the month of January, 450 subs, guess who's going to be nominating and then voting on what games will be played in the Indies Marathon. Well, you guessed it, folks. The patrons. That's right. The patrons will be doing that. How's it going to work? Well, if you pledge $5 or more to my Patreon this month at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, you're going to be nominating and then voting on the games that will be in this Indies event. So there you go. How cool is that? So it's kind of dual thing. I'm not abandoning the patrons. I'm still giving them some exclusive power over upcoming events, but I am making the main focus of if we're doing the events based off of my Twitch performance, okay? Sounds good? Now, here's the thing. Moving forward, I may have other goals on Twitch as well. Maybe it could be an increased amount of subs on the channel. It could be, I want to have a cheering goal for this month, and here's the amount of cheers I'm looking for. Or I have a tips goal for this month. I don't know. You know, it's good to have goals to work towards. And if anything, I learned that over this weekend when I did that special fundraising stream, that when people saw actively there was a goal to go towards, okay, they worked towards it. Versus if it's just ambiguous, oh, you could cheer, sub, and tip, but there's nothing we're really reaching for, right? Then it's more ambiguous, and then people aren't as motivated to do it. So I'm going to start doing things like this moving forward. I think it's going to work out well, all right? I think this is going to be cool, all right? Very nice. Okay, so there you go. That's a major change I'm doing in 2018 starting right now. If you want to be a part of it, if you want to have this Indies Marathon happen coming up, and by the way, you might say, well, when will this marathon happen? Well, what's going to happen is if I got to wait and see if we hit this goal of 450 subs during the month. If we do, then next month, February, people who pledge $5 or more in January will be nominating and voting. So it's either going to be taking place in late February or worst case scenario, early March will be when this Indies Marathon will happen. Okay? Just for full transparency, I don't want anyone to think, oh, it's going to happen soon. No, it takes a while because you got to wait till the end of the month for then the patrons to go through and all that. So that's how it's working. Okay? Sound good? All right, there we go. All right, so that is really it, folks. I don't want to go too much longer here on stream. I'm just going to do some shout-outs now because I owe a ton of shout-outs. People have been cheering, subbing, and tipping here on pre-stream, and I appreciate it. Appreciative. Boy, I couldn't get the right word out of my mouth for all of that. So, let me very quickly mention that if you do either cheer, sub, or tip on my stream today, I will give you a verbal shout-out. Keep in mind, it is at my discretion. If you do a trollish-style cheer or an insult, I'm not going to read it. But I will give a shout out to anyone who wants to be positive and or, you know, constructive or whatever, you know, something that's a nice message. There you go. Also, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you subscribe to the channel and click on the share button when you subscribe, or if you tip me $2 or more, you're going to get an on-screen thank you notification for your contributions as well. Okay? Sound good? That's awesome, right? I will say this as well. This is something that's going on till January 6th. If you're not a current subscriber of mine at all, and you never have been, subscriptions are currently on discount at 20% off. And or if you'd like to gift a subscription to someone. Let's say you have a friend, you have a fellow stream chatter, someone who you want to just surprise with being nice and generous. If you gift a subscription to someone in the next 5 days, you will also get 20% off of that. Okay? So just throwing that out there. I think that that's something cool. You know, discounted subs are really nice, especially now because this month is, my goal is to hit 450 subs. Now would be the time, if you're not a sub, to jump in and get some money off of it, right? Sounds good? Alrighty then. Very nice. Alright, let's do some shout outs for everyone who's contributed here early on the stream. Actually, I have to refresh my Muxie because I know for a fact people have been going crazy here, and I want to be sure to not miss anybody. Hold on. All right, let me scroll all the way down here. Damn. There's a lot to scroll through. All the way down here. Okay. So, overnight, some cool contributions from some cool cats. We had Ponage101. Tipped me $15 overnight, and he said, Phil, I was going to pledge to your Patreon, but since I need a King of Hate forum account to do that, to get some of the perks, I decided to just give you a tip instead. Thank you for applying. Yeah, because he asked me via email, you know, how the perks worked. And I explained that some of the perks you do need to have like a registered forum account to receive them. So he said I would just tip you instead. So there you go. Thank you, Ponage101, for the tip. I appreciate it. Now, Critical for Days did a ton of cheering overnight. I'm just going to read some of his messages from his cheers. He says, hope this redemption run will show these people that you have changed throughout the years of gaming. Remember, if you want some advice on what to do, use the codec in-game. And last, thank you for putting content and working hard for us to enjoy. I'm a guy who was watching your videos since 2011. It really makes me feel happy that you still care about the fans, unlike some other YouTubers. Happy New Year, Phil. Keep pushing forward, and no matter what negative shit hits you, we are with you, and we have your back. Thank you very much. What a positive message from Critical for Days. Thank you very much for that. Golden Colts did a 15-bit cheer. You did a couple 15-bit cheers, okay? By the way, I will say this. If you're going to cheer today, you don't need to use the hashtag charity anymore. That ended. That actually ended a few days ago. I see a few people already did. You don't have to. It's not gonna have any effect on anything. So, you do not have to use hashtag charity. It will not benefit anything, okay? All right. Monique4 did a 500-bit cheer and says, my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. There you go. Excellent. Master Xeon, excuse me, 2002 did a 10-bit cheer. He said, it begins. And Sedella did a 434-bit, I can't speak. Sedella 434 did a 10-bit cheer. Blech. So, thank you. All those people actually contributed before the stream even turned on. So, thank you very much, guys, for your contributions there. I appreciate it. People who actually cheer, sub, and tip and do stuff overnight when I'm not even live streaming. It's pretty amazing that people even do. Thank you for that. Now, when the stream went live, Big Dumper started off with a 20-bit cheer, said, boo. Dooley tipped me. Well, now, wait a minute. This is weird. It says Dooley tipped me $5, then it says Dooley tipped me $5 again. But I don't know if he did or if this is a muxy error. But Dooley, whether you tip me $5 or $10, thank you. And he says, Happy New Year. So, Happy New Year to you, Dooley, as well. King of Hypocrisy did a 10-bit cheer. He said, Max Payne 1-3 Marathon in 2018. Big Dumper did a 30-bit cheer. He said, 10 years should be the best year, God willing. I hope so. 10-year anniversary, you would think this would be the best year ever. I hope so. Cry Seeds did a 50-bit cheer. He says, you're awesome, dude. Congrats on 10 years. Big Dumper did another 30-bit cheer. He says, that's because they are not softcore games and it needs to be replayed more than once. Focus is required. Metal Gear Solid makes you look buffoonish. There you go. Little Man 51 did a 10-bit cheer. He says, lol, worthless troll will never learn. Keep going, Phil. Between a hard place and a cock, okay, did a 10-bit cheer. And he says, why are you playing 2 first if everyone wants to see 3? First of all, that's wrong. There has not been an outpouring of people who are angry that I'm playing 2 before 3. There's been a few people, but not too many. And in fact, you just saw someone just cheered and said that Metal Gear Solid 2 was their favorite out of the entire franchise. All right. The other thing is, I'm playing both games anyway. It doesn't matter. Why does it matter what order I play them when I'm playing both of them? It doesn't matter. So, there you go. Little Man 51 did another 10-bit cheer, and he said the same exact thing about worthless trolls again. Nick tipped me $1. He said, last night I had Caesars, banana liqueur with Sprite, and beer, and now it's time for leftovers. Happy New Year's, Phil. Thank you, Nick. Moon MGS2 did a 10-bit cheer with a Kappa face, and he said, Phil, I don't like you. Here's some money. I'm a very smart detractor, by the way. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Okay, then. And then we had a troll who's now banned from the stream chat do a 10-bit cheer. Goodbye. Big Dumper did another 50-bit cheer. He said, listen to the story-related codecs. Too many unnecessary ones, but when you are in trouble, do not look at stream chat. It will ruin the playthrough. Use the codec. That's why Metal Gear Solid has the codec. Big Dumper did another 30-bit cheer, so please do not let the chat ruin the game. Alexander Rossi did a 20-bit cheer and says, Phil, why does everyone hate Metal Gear Solid 4? I never played it. Honestly, I don't think it's the gameplay that's bad. The gameplay in the game is actually good. I think the problem is the game is too narrative-based. The game literally has, like, 8 hours of fucking cutscenes. Playing the game, even though the game takes like 20 hours to beat, is really only like 10 hours of gameplay. And then like, you know, insane amounts of sitting around. When I played the game, and this was before I ever did YouTube, I played the game for myself. I'm not even lying. I got so bored waiting for the cutscenes to end, I stopped playing, and I started making myself drinks, alcoholic drinks. So I was more like I was sitting there watching a movie than playing a game. And I can understand why some people are so upset that that's why that game... I don't know why it was like that. You look at Metal Gear Solid 5, very different, right? It was kind of the opposite. It was more gameplay focused. And, you know, yes, it had story in it, but it certainly wasn't overwhelming amount of fucking cutscenes. All right, Dark Poe. 777 did a 10-bit cheer. He said, over 30 deaths guaranteed. Big Dumper did a 30-bit cheer. He says, one thing you never got. The codec is there to help you. It literally will give you answers. Alice Telemon did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Phil, you get a lot of positive private feedback from fans. Which one or what feedback was the most impactful or memorable? Well, it's not like I negatively, wow. It's not like I definitively, is what I meant to say, got one piece or whatever. But, you know, I hear private stories all the time. You know, that I'm not going to make public because it's very private things from people. But some people who share their stories about maybe, you know, they had a really hard time in life for whatever reason. I've heard stories of people who lost family members, people who broke up with their significant other, people who, you know, they got real sick or depressed, you know, for various reasons, and then they would watch my streams or my videos, and it cheers them up, and they send me these heartfelt messages, and those are the things that keep me going, man. I'll be honest, without the positivity over the years, I would have probably given up because of all the negativity that I've gotten from people literally just following a bandwagon and not knowing what the fuck they're even talking about, rather than people who, you know, legitimately watch my stuff at face value and enjoy it. But it's those positive messages that have kept me going. Pompaloo did a 10-bit cheer. And he says, Daddy Phil, good to have you back tonight. Big Dumper did another 20-bit cheer. Says, use the codec, not the chat. All right, I kind of get it. Big Dumper keeps cheering and saying that. I get it. I think he really wants me to use the codec. What do you guys think? I think he may be emphasizing he actually wants me to use the codec. Alexander Rossi did an 80-bit cheer and said, grabs Raiden's crotch. Or is it Raiden or Raiden? I think he says Raiden in the game, right? He said, you're a man. Oh, boy. Yeah, we're going to get to that. Big Boy Dumper did a 20-bit cheer. If you play these games the way they were meant this time, you may find you really like them and become a Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 fanboy. They are my favorite games. I don't think I'm going to become a fanboy. I may become a fan, but I don't think I'm going to become a fanboy. Ellis Telemann did a 10-bit cheer. He said, SF Madness, Player Unknown. All right, let's try that again. Street Fighter Madness, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Mayhem, and Metal Gear Mania. Metal Gear Mania. That's right. Big Dumper did another 30-bit cheer. He says, you've already hit 730 viewers. Then Atlas Telemann did a 10-bit cheer. He says, you have 740 viewers. I honestly have no idea how many viewers I have. I'm being real with everyone. I don't look anymore. I don't ever look. I used to be all about the numbers, guys. Especially on YouTube, on Twitch. I used to be, oh my God, I don't have a certain amount of viewers. I don't look anymore. I don't. I realize that that's distracting. It takes me away from enjoying myself. I never look anymore. So right now I could have 20 viewers. I could have 2 million viewers. I have no idea, and it doesn't. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to let it bother me, or I'm just going to let it roll out. The more of you who are here to enjoy, great. There you go. That's my attitude. Resident Evil Beating did a 10-bit cheer. He says, have you ever thought of increasing your lowest cheers from 10 to 20 or 50 bits? As the lowest someone can bid, it can give you more revenue. I am thinking of increasing it to 20 at least, or 25. And the reason being, I have noticed there's some people who come in and they tend to spam very low cheer amounts. In particular, it's usually the trolls, people who just want to come in and say something insulting. They'll come in and they'll spam 10-bit, 10-bit, 10-bit. You know, they'll put $1 in and they go, oh, insult, 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 insult. You know what I mean? I may raise it to 25, but that would probably be the highest I would raise it for now. Okay? I'm not saying I'm going to, but some people did express over the course of 2017 that, you know, it did get annoying. You know, it was really just these 10-bit, 10-bit, 10-bit people spamming them. So I may raise it. We'll see. We'll see what people think. Let's see what people think overall. Let's see if there's feedback or whatever. Okay. Sounds good. So there you go. Alexander Rossi did a 10-bit cheer and immediately said, please don't raise the minimum cheer amount. I'm poor. There you go. Nuzzy Futz, subscribe to the channel. We actually got a bunch of subs coming up, so I'm going to let you guys know the running tally of subs, how many I have in just a moment. All right. But Nuzzy Futz, just subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Nuzzy Futz. Rink Dude did a 710-bit cheer to become today's cheerleader for the stream so far. And he says, Happy New Year, Phil. Well, Happy New Year to you, Rink Dude, and thank you for the cheer support. Little Man did a 20-bit cheer. He said, go get it, Phil. 2018 is yours. By the way, Little Man is a troll. I guess he thought he was going to fool me. Because then later on, he did a cheer that was a trolling cheer. All right. So, I'm just going to ignore him from now on. Persona 3 Master. Subscribe to the channel for the second month in a row. And he says, a lot of indie games are now on the Nintendo Switch platform. And you know what? That's a good point. Persona 3 Master, I own the Nintendo Switch. And if if we hit the subs goal for this month and we do the event, if patrons want to nominate Switch indie games, perfect. I will play them. I have the console. I'm not against getting a bunch of games on the Switch and having a Switch fun, a mix between Switch indies and other indies, okay? Destiny subscribed to the channel. I don't know who this is. I think someone gifted it. It might be one of those joke subs where they gift another streamer subs. In fact, I've got a ton of these. Someone keeps gifting these subs to other streamers who I don't know who they are. I have like 40 of them. But there you go. Big Number did a 20-bit cheer. He said, Codec, 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 Codec. I think he may want me to use the codec. Gino Muzi 1983 did a 200-bit cheer and says, have you absolutely ruled out the Monster Hunter World coverage? Now when Capcom is laying more focus on story and streamlining it for the Western audience, Happy New Year, Phil. Honestly, I talked about this in the weekend preview last night. Those are my feelings. If you guys have feedback, let me know. But honestly, I don't think that the Monster Hunter World would work for me. Reason being, it's going to be a very grindy game. Okay? And people don't like that. When people watch me, they like two things. They either like games where I could do a lot of fun and entertaining on-the-fly improv commentary. Typically, narrative games are better games for that, but sometimes even action-based games can be good for that. Or they like, now, this is the new change that I did, games where there's a lot of downtime so I can interact with the stream chat. Those are the two kind of games people love, all right, to see me play. Monster Hunter is neither of those. Very intensive. You have to pay attention all the time. You have to learn the nuances of the combat engines, the different weapons. All the menu system is complicated, and all the items and shit you got to use. Very grindy, fighting monsters over and over and over. And some of these fights last forever. I mean, just to give you some example, when I played the beta, all right, I did co-op and everything, and I fought every monster there was in the beta. People hated it. In general, the people in the stream were bored as hell, wanted me to play something else. The viewership was bad. And on YouTube, people were like, this sucks. Don't play this. So, it's what I mean. Like, I know Monster Hunter is a game that has an audience. It's a game that has a following. Much like Dark Souls, Metal Gear. These are a franchise that has a mass following. But it's a game that seems to take a lot of time and investment to learn about the game, to get good at it. And it seems like there's a lot of grinding style gameplay. And I don't think people like that from me. I think people look for other things from me. And I don't think that picking that game up in late January is something that I need to invest ridiculous amounts of time in to be good at is going to make sense. I'm just saying. Now, I could be horribly wrong, and if people disagree, let me know. But that's the vibe I've been getting from people. Okay? Big Number did another 20-bit cheer and spammed codec again. Sedella did a 15-bit cheers. Happy New Year. Hope you have a safe, healthy, and fun 2018. Nick did a $1 tip, and he says, if we have 450 subs, will that mean that Patreon income will become disposable income for upgrades like a new PC? Eventually, maybe, but it all depends on how things, like, for example, if YouTube stays decent, if my Twitch channel stays at the level it's at, and then I keep making Patreon income, yes. The problem is, are things going to fluctuate? Because every time I say this, something happens. Last year, boom, YouTube ad revenue plummets, and I get screwed, right? I don't want to say, oh, yeah, it's great. Now I got disposable income to upgrade. No, I don't want to say that. Plus, I know for a fact, I got tax payments coming up in 2018 and everything. I'm probably going to more than likely have to be saving money to pay that. Rather than worrying on investing money to upgrade stuff. All right. So just to forewarn everyone. All right. Channel 33 did a 20-bit cheer. He says, Phil, why don't you do a roast of Phil Burnell event where you allow people to say anything as long as they pay $2? I don't know if people would want that. Plus, you know what would happen. You'd have the most nasty, vile fucking things coming in. I mean, I kind of did events like that last year with the Twitch and Chill marathons, and just look at how nasty some of those events became. You know what I mean? It's one thing to roast, it's another thing to be like really nasty personal insults, which is what a lot of those turned into. All right, Steve of House did a 25-bit cheer. He says, don't forget the codec. You learn how to do things. Also have fun and don't take it too seriously. King of Hypocrisy did a 10-bit cheer. He says, can you sing the NWO theme song like you did during your Metal Gear Solid 1 playthrough? Anyway, Junamuzi 1983 did a 45-bit cheer. He says, I've been following you since Battlefield 1943 and 2009. Keep up the good work. Persona 3 Master did a 10-bit cheer. He says, SNES Marathon on SNES Classic Mini is an option. Hellblazer did a $2 tip. He says, is it really the best idea to put all the work for making events happen on subs and not give them any choice of what's being played? You're kind of unintentionally forcing people to sub and pledge Patreon. Paul, there's no way I could do that. There's no way that I could give subs on Twitch any kind of like voting priority. It's not possible. I can't even get an accurate list of subs on Twitch. It doesn't exist. On Patreon, it does. On Patreon, right now, I can say how many people pledged $5 to me in December. And I can bring up that information. I can bring up their accounts on Patreon and send them messages. I can send them emails. None of that exists on Twitch. So if Twitch actually did improve their system to say, oh, right now I have 450 subs, message all those subs and get information so that they can vote on a game, I would do it. It doesn't exist. So sadly, there's no way for me to do that. As much as I would like to, it's impossible. It sucks, I know, but it's just impossible. 44K Panda did a 50-bit cheer. He says, can we have one more shout out to the trolls for helping me find your stream? Well, there you go. Thank you, trolls. Persona 3 Master did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Catherine full body remake. So exciting. Luther Cujo tipped me $1. He says, I'm glad I'm subbed to the channel. This is my very first channel that I subbed to. And I'm enjoying the streams ever since. Here, have $1 since I'm getting paid again on Friday anyway. Happy New Year, Phil. Happy New Year to you, Luther Cujo. Big Dumper did another 20-bit cheer. He says, also, the codec is better in Metal Gear Solid 3 and more clear-cut advice by far. Then he did another 20-bit cheer. Said, we all support you, DSP. And then Little Man started doing his troll cheer, so I'm ignoring those. Resident Evil Beating subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Resident Evil Beating, for the sub. Brutus Martins also subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for the sub, Brutus Martins. Team Gardenator did a 50-bit cheer and said, hey, Phil, hope you have a good new year. Hype for 2018. Thank you very much, Team Gardenator, for the cheer and for the message. Zasaki did a 20-bit cheer. Said, I got to know you because this is how you don't play Metal Gear Solid 2. Since then, I've loved watching your content. Keep up. Good luck, Phil, with your tax issue. Sorry for bad English. I'm Venezuelan. Thank you very much for the message. Maya the Bees did a 10-bit cheer. She says, stay DS positive, son of cucks be damned. Raisin bread is tasty. Did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Phil, you should listen to the codec in the game. It'll really help. Looking forward to the redemption run. Oh my God. You know every inch of my dick and balls. I'm not even kidding. This is the guy's name. Did a 10-bit cheer. Says, yo, bro, love your vids. Wow. Okay, then. Brutus Martins did a 1,000-bit cheer to become the cheering leader for today's stream. Thank you very much, Brutus Martins. He says, first time donating. One of my favorite games played by my favorite streamer. Good luck, Phil. Thank you, Brutus Martins, for the 1,000-bit cheer. I appreciate it. Muscles for Bones did a 10-bit cheer. He says, I just broke my cheer cherry. Wow. Okay. Raisin bread is tasty. Did a 10-bit cheer. He says, Happy New Year to the trolls and detractors. Fuck those guys. Wow. The big suck. 139. Did a 10-bit cheer. He says, what happened to the mighty Onyx? You haven't brought him up in like 2 years. He's still the webmaster of your site. Yes, he is. Very much so. Just that he's behind the scenes doing his own thing. And yes, he does still maintain the site. Just that he's not an active viewer or member, daily anymore or anything like that. Not that he ever was. He actually wasn't. But no, he's still around. He's still around. I still talk to him. Just that, no public-facing stuff from him. All right. Shout out to an anonymous $1 tip. And he says, Framework made fan art for this. He did? Well, I apologize that I didn't see it. If I had seen that he had made fan art for it, I would have put it on the pre-stream. I looked last night and it wasn't there, so maybe it was posted overnight. I will have to check later today. And yes, I will add those to the future streams. Apologies to Framework for not featuring your fan art today. I did not know it was there. Stocks did a 250-bit cheer. He's a fan since Fable 2 in 2008. Wow, that was one of my very first games I ever played on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Big Dumper did a 30-bit cheer. He says, I'm saving cheers for important moments for a while. DSP, make this a fun playthrough. So pumped for this. And Metal Gear Solid 3. You know every inch of my dick and balls. Did a 10-bit cheer. And he said, if only you knew every inch of my dick and ball. Oh, my God. Oh, brother. Atlas Telemon did a 20-bit cheer. He says, the shout-out portion is the best part of pre-stream. And it seems to be getting longer and longer every day, Atlas. It really is. It seems to be it's going longer and longer and longer every single day. It's ridiculous. Alrighty then. Oh, hold on. Lilu. Oh, okay. This is Joe. Joe did a 150-bit cheer. He says, hey, Phil, Happy New Year. It's 8 a.m. here. I'm off to bed. Have a great stream, mate. Thank you for the cheer. It's good to see ya. Have a good sleep. Papa Lou did a 10-bit cheer. He says, adopt me, Daddy Phil. Oh, my God. I'm going to stop with reading this shit. Oh, my God. All right. Hellblazer did a $1 tip. He said, you could always set up a sub-only Discord to do... No. No. I'm going to say this right now. No. No. I'm not doing Discord. We tried it. Immediately within a week, it became all drama, kitty shit, trolls, and I was like, this is why I never wanted to set up a Discord. Sorry, guys. I put enough time and effort into my live streams, into the gameplay, into everything for you guys. I don't have time to babysit and manage a Discord, and people already tried to set one up for me, and it failed miserably. We're not doing a Discord. It's just not going to happen. Sorry, but that's what happens with the kitty shit. I'm not putting up with it. King of Hypocrisy did a 50-bit cheer. He says, do you think that This Is How You Don't Play creator Evil AJ should be taken away by the white coats? No. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Sweet Bee Knees. Oh, it's okay. This guy tried to get me to say something racist. Har, 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 har. You didn't win. I was too smart for you, but thank you for the $3 tip. You know every inch of my dick and balls. Did a 10-bit cheer. He says, my name is Jeff. Okay, then. Iron O Head, or Heed, did a 10-bit cheer. He says, is Griffin Box your girlfriend? Yes. Big Dumper did a 20-bit cheer and says, an important cheer example. I have taste in my mouth from too many crab rangoons from Happy House Chinese restaurant. What would Solid Steak do? He would take some dumpers. What on earth is going on here? I don't even know what's happening. Guitar Player 1939 just tipped me $2. Thank you, Guitar Player, for the $2 tip. The Loudest Fart just subscribed to the channel. And boy, could we hear it. The resounding ripples across the internet of the loudest fart. We heard it. Atlas Telemon did a 20-bit cheer, and he said, D's Tractors. Papa Lou did a 10-bit cheer. He said, I hope I don't offend you with my cheers. I'm just a big fan. You know every inch of my dick and balls did a 10-bit cheer. He said, shout out to Stop that. Alexander Rossi did a 50-bit cheer. He said, another hour-long pre-stream hype. Yeah, I was done with my pre-stream at like 30 minutes. But look, the shout-outs just keep going and 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 going. And they keep going. Cyber Elk. Subscribe to the channel at tier 1. Is it Cyber Elk? I can't read it. Hold on a second. It is Cyber Elk. Okay. Cyber Elk. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, Cyber Elk, for the sub. Zasaki did a 25-bit cheer. He says, use L2 to use rations. DJ Dodgy subscribed to the channel for the 5th month in a row. Thank you for the sub, DJ Dodgy. You know every inch of my balls. Another 10-bit cheer. I'm not going to read it. Brits did a 25-bit cheer. He said, let's keep the cheer train going. Big Dumper did a 20-bit cheer. He said, over 1,000 viewers. Super pumped. Please moan when Snake jumps off the bridge like the first playthrough. I don't even remember the first playthrough. All right, another 10-bit cheer from you know every inch of my dick and balls. I'm not going to reuse cheers anymore. Persona 3 Master did a 10-bit cheer. He said, and going, and going, and going. But do you guys see my point? You notice everyone's doing a 10-bit cheer? Because they're just spamming 10-bit cheers, and that's why the pre-stream's still going. So I think I really am. I think maybe what I'll do is raise the cheer threshold to 25 bits at least. That way we can at least avoid some of this cheer spam. Because this is ridiculous at this point. It just keeps going so long because everyone's spamming 10 bits. If we raise it to 25, at least this will be like a fourth lows, you know, shorter, I think. At least, right? I think so. All right. Iron O Heed did a 10-bit cheers. What if they made a Simpsons game in the style of South Park? I don't even know what you're talking about. 320G Blink. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the sub, 320G Blink. Correa did a 10-bit cheer and said, will there be a point where pre-streams will outlast the game that you're playing? Probably at this point. Probably. Baby Vampire Thug did a 10-bit cheer. He said, raise it to 100, Phil. Raise it to 100 bits to cheer at this point. Another 40-bit cheer from you know every inch of my dick and balls. Persona 3 Master did a 25-bit cheer. Said, and going, and going, and going, and going, and going. I, laughing my ass off, tipped me $1 and says, hey, Phil, I hope you don't hold back on talking about how dumb Kojima's game design can be sometimes because people will be mad about talking about their daddy Kojima. It was refreshing for someone who didn't worship Kojima. Alexander Rossi did a 40-bit cheer. He says, some streamers actually have this threshold set to 1,000 bits. Well, I certainly don't think that would work for me. Like I said, baby steps. Maybe I'll go ahead and go to like 25. You know what I mean? And then go from there and see how it goes. I think I may have to up it at this point because now I'm starting to see spam. HNS Croatian did a 10-bit cheer. He says, I get my bits from watching ads because I'm cheap, but I still think you should make it a 25-bit threshold. There you go. Channel 33 did a 20-bit cheer and said, Hoo! Okay. All right, I think I'm caught. Oh, I was almost caught up. Hellblazer did a $1 tip. Says, literally only Twitch subs can get into a sub-only Discord, Phil. They're not open to just anyone, just like your Patreon-only forums, but automated. Hellblazer, you don't seem to understand what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. The trolls will sub, and then they'll go in the Discord and ruin it. And I'm not going to deal with that because I don't have time to manage a Discord. I'm not going to say it again. I don't have time to manage a Discord. I'm 35 years old. I stream full-time. I have other shit going on outside. I don't have time to baby manage a Discord. You know, I just don't. And people tried to set one up and do it for me. It didn't work. We're not doing Discord. Give up. Give up on it. We tried it. It failed. Good Lord. Okay. I think we can finally start. Holy fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, we're up to 396 subscribers already. I haven't even started gameplay in 2018 yet. And we have got to 396 subs. That is really cool. So, thank you everyone. Again, the goal for subs this month is 450. If I hit 450 at any point during this month, we're going to be doing an Indies Marathon. So, we're off to a good start. We only need 54 more. Very nice. Thank you everybody. All right. Oh my God, there's more. Kim Jersey did a 10-bit cheer. He said, hey Phil, got a Chinese meal for the stream. What's your favorite type of cuisine? I don't have one. Iron O'He did his 50-bit cheer. Says, this is the time where you play the Triple H theme. And Yo Yo Yo, my knee. Gee, I wonder what the rest of that is. Did a 25-bit cheer and said, hey broy. And Baby Vampire Thug did a 25-bit cheer. Says, you should upload the pre-streams to the vlog channel. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. I got another. Oh my God, I got another 10-bit cheer from Timic. Do a special stream once a week where it's all pre-stream for hours. That's what it's turning into. I seriously, at this point, can't get the game started. I'd like to get the game started. Fuck. And again, you can't blame me for this. I was ready to go. For 30 minutes, I've been doing shout-outs. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your cheers. I appreciate it. And, thank you for your subs. Thank you for your tips. Thank you for everything. It is now time to begin. All right? It is time to begin with the Metal Gear Solid 2 HD Redemption Run. Thank you, everyone, for being patient. All right? Now we will begin. Big Dumper did 20-bit cheers. I'm getting insomnia cookies sent my way for stream. I don't know what the hell that means. All right. Let's do this. Let's get started. Good God.